Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, and today we're going to talk about CarPlay. I've seen a lot of stuff written about the fact that this new GMC does not have CarPlay. However, I'm here to show you that you can still utilize many of the apps that you used to use in CarPlay. There's just a couple things you have to do. First of all, you do have to log in with your Gmail accounts on your Apple apps. So if you don't have a Gmail account, you don't have a Google account, and you log into your apps using, say, Apple ID or Facebook, you do have to log into the apps with your Google account. That shouldn't be a big deal. I don't know, I'm not an Apple user, but I'm going to show you on my phone, my Apple phone, on how I can do that. So let's go ahead here. First things we need to do is go into settings, and we're going to create a new profile. You can see this is my one from my other phone. We're going to create a new profile for my iPhone. So this is setting up a profile on the infotainment system, specifically for my iPhone. This is going to take a second. And here you can see is my iPhone. I have an iPhone 15. And we are going to accept the services. It'll take a little bit here. While that's doing that, I'm going to show you that on my iPhone I have apps such as Spotify, YouTube Music, Waze, Audible, iHeart Radio, just to name a few. So let's go ahead and log in here. So you can see it's giving me a QR code to scan with my iPhone. So I'm going to do that. So I will say that I'm not a very good iPhone user, so bear with me. So I'm going to go ahead and scan that and log in to my Gmail account that I've created specifically for this iPhone. And give me 1 second while I do that. So once I've logged in here, it will start loading everything on the computer, on my screen. As you can see here, it's asking me if I'm logging in from another device. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes, I'm signing in from my car. Again, this is my iPhone. And now I've signed in. I'm going to go ahead and accept yes. I agree to use OK Google. Agree to a few things.
I found these results.
Here you can see the apps that it's going to ask you if it wants to install. I'm just going to go ahead and select all of these. And you can see over here, included with your car. And it's done. So, we are now ready to utilize some of the apps that maybe we use with CarPlay. Now, again, it has to be an app that is available on both the Google services and Apple services. So, Apple Maps, as of right now, is not supported on the Google. You can't download Apple Maps on Google Apps, right? So or Play Store. And you have to be able to log into the app from a Gmail account. So let's just go ahead here. And the first thing I'm going to look at, I'm going to go to Spotify. So Spotify wants to log me in. So it wants to know what my account is. So I'm going to, again, from my iPhone. This is my iPhone. My iPhone is set up to log into Gmail. I'm going to scan this with my phone. Oop, come on. There we go. It's opening up Spotify on my phone. It's asking me to pair. It has now paired my phone with Spotify. So as you can see on my screen here, It's loading up some of my Spotify favorites. And if I go to Spotify on my phone, oops, let's get out of this. Again, I'm not a very good user of iPhone, so give me a second to try this again. If I go to Spotify, here you can see some of the same things. It's got my recents. Let's go over to library. I've got a playlist for EV-Noob. And if I go to my library on my phone, if I can figure out how to find it, here you can see it's my library on the phone. So, Spotify on your Apple iPhone. As long as you log into Spotify with a Gmail account, it's usable. And you would use your Hey Google voices. So, Hey Google, play Spotify.
Got it. Playing Spotify.
And I'm on mute. So you can see down here, I can control it just by moving forward. Or I can say, hey Google, play my playlist on Spotify.
Got it. Asking Spotify to play some music.
Spotify isn't installed on your device. You can
Sorry, I've got my other phone here, so it's a little confused. So you can see here, you can go to your playlist and you can pick your songs that are on your playlist. You know, very similar to what you could do with CarPlay. I'm just going to show you another one to show you that it can do the same thing. I'm going to mute it. We're going to go down to iHeart Radio. And for those of you that maybe watched one of my previous videos, I did find the mute button. It's the power button here. When you push it, you will see that it actually pops up and shows you that it's muted. So again, iHeart Radio, another favorite that people have, maybe that they use on that. It's going to ask me to go to the login screen. As you can see here, it gives me options to sign in. I want to use my sign in with Google. It's going to do the exact same thing. And it's setting up the app. And again, it's loading my iHeartRadio app from my cell phone, from my iPhone. So I can't say that every single app that you have on your phone is going to work, but there are options to be able to use your iPhone within your new GM vehicle and utilize the apps that you probably like to use. The list of apps is pretty small right now. The most common ones that you would see, such as YouTube video or YouTube music, they're all there, right? So if I go to apps,
there's more identity theft in the news every day.
If we go to apps, you can see what is here, right? But I would guess that more and more of these are going to be added. Amazon Music's down there, Spotify, Deezer. There's some weather apps. So any of those can be loaded on your iPhone. They can be used instead of using CarPlay. I am going to also show you that even without setting up a profile, let's go in here now, and I'm going to go back to settings. I'm going to delete this profile. And by the way, I haven't even paired this phone with the car yet, so I'm going to delete this profile. And we're going to show you some other features that even if you don't set it up, you can do. So you gotta, once you delete a profile, you do have to make sure, and it wants to put you back into a guest mode, so I need to go back to my mode, or my account. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually pair my iPhone as one of the phones. So I'm going to phone. This is my normal phone. I'm going to go in here to settings, connected phone. I'm going to add a phone. I'm going to add a phone. Switch phone, so it's going to switch at this time. And I just need to open the phone settings. So I'm opening my Bluetooth on my iPhone. I'm pairing. So I've now paired my iPhone with it. So my iPhone is now paired. So if you don't want to go through all those settings and you really say you like Siri, you can say, Siri, play Spotify. As you can see there, my phone
Now
is the
playing
recognition.
Taylor Swift mix on Spotify.
All right,
It's using my Spotify on my cell phone through Bluetooth. If I go to audio, you'll see that it's looking at my Bluetooth.
Like on a different app.
Hey Siri, play my playlist from YouTube Music.
Now playing YouTube music. You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Now you can see my iPhone, my music, Kevin's iPhone, my playlist, nothing there, but my playlist history. So, I guess the point is that all the iPhone users out there, you do still have options to utilize your phone, your iPhone, with the GMCs and get quite a bit of productivity from your music. So to wrap it up, you can use Apple iPhones on your GMC vehicle. It might not work exactly the same as CarPlay. You might have to play with it a little bit. I am not an iPhone super user. This is like Mars to me. But I'm able to figure it out. I'm able to get music. I'm able to get Waze. I was using Waze earlier today from my Apple account on here. So you can get many of the things that you currently were doing with the CarPlay. You cannot get Apple Maps. So probably call up Apple, tell them to get their Apple Maps on the Google Store if you really like that. I still like Waze or Google. I really like Google much better. So that's it for now. Have a great one.